The Fraud Boy. In the busy city of New York, there lived a young man named Ryan Carter. He was 26 years old, handsome, confident, and extremely clever. At first glance, Ryan looked like a successful businessman. He wore expensive suits, drove rented luxury cars, and always spoke as if he had millions of dollars in his bank account. But there was one truth behind his perfect appearance. Ryan was a fraud. He had no successful company, no great business, and no real wealth. Almost everything people saw was fake. Ryan had learned that people often believed what they saw rather than what was true. He used this weakness to make money. His first victim was a businessman named Mr. Wilson. Ryan met him at a luxury hotel. He introduced himself as the owner of a technology company. "I am developing a new software system," Ryan said confidently. "It will completely change the business world." Mr. Wilson became interested. "How much investment do you need?" he asked. "Only $50,000 to start," Ryan replied. Ryan showed him a fake presentation, fake company documents, and even a fake website. Everything looked professional. Mr. Wilson trusted him. Within a week, he transferred $50,000 to Ryan. Ryan disappeared. He changed his phone number, left the hotel, and moved to another apartment. He felt proud of himself. "I am smarter than everyone," he told himself. But Ryan did not stop. Over the next 2 years, he cheated many people using different stories. Sometimes he pretended to be a businessman. Sometimes he claimed to be an investor. Sometimes he told people that he was starting a charity. He was always searching for people who trusted easily. Then one day, Ryan met Emily Johnson. Emily was 24 and worked at a small publishing company. Unlike the people Ryan usually met, Emily was simple, honest, and hardworking. They met at a coffee shop. Ryan was sitting alone with a laptop when Emily accidentally dropped her book near his table. "Sorry," she said. Ryan picked it up. "You like reading?" "Yes," Emily replied with a smile. "Especially stories about people who change their lives." Ryan smiled. "Maybe I should write my own story someday." They started talking. For the first time in a long time, Ryan forgot about money. He enjoyed talking to Emily. They met again the next day, then again. Within a few weeks, they became close friends. Emily believed Ryan was a successful businessman. Ryan never told her the truth. One evening, Emily asked, "What is your biggest dream?" Ryan looked at her. "To become rich," he said. Emily laughed. "That is not a dream. That is a goal." Ryan smiled. "Then what is a real dream?" "To have a peaceful life," Emily answered. "A good home, honest work, and people I can trust." Ryan became silent. Her words touched something inside him. He had money, expensive clothes, and luxury cars, but he had nobody he could truly trust. Still, Ryan continued his fraud. A few months later, he found his biggest target yet. A wealthy investor named Mr. Anderson was looking for young entrepreneurs. Ryan created another fake company called Future Vision Technologies. He prepared fake documents and claimed that his company had developed a revolutionary artificial intelligence system. Mr. Anderson invited him to his office. Ryan gave an impressive presentation. "This technology can make businesses faster, safer, and more profitable," Ryan explained. Mr. Anderson asked difficult questions. Ryan answered every question confidently. After 2 meetings, Mr. Anderson agreed to invest $500,000. Ryan could hardly believe his luck. But there was one problem. Mr. Anderson had hired a private investigator to check Ryan's background. The investigator's name was Daniel Brooks. Daniel was experienced and patient. He began checking Ryan's company. Within a few days, he discovered something strange. The company address Ryan had provided belonged to an empty office. The employees listed on the website did not exist. The business registration documents were fake. Daniel continued investigating. Soon he discovered Ryan's previous fraud cases. Daniel contacted Mr. Anderson. "You should not invest another dollar in this man," he warned. Mr. Anderson was shocked. "Are you sure?" "I am certain." Mr. Anderson immediately contacted the authorities. Meanwhile, Ryan was preparing to leave the city. He had already received $200,000 from Mr. Anderson. He packed his suitcase. But before leaving, he decided to meet Emily. They sat together in the park. Emily noticed that Ryan looked worried. "What happened?" she asked. "Nothing." "You are lying." Ryan looked at her. For the first time, he wanted to tell someone the truth. I have made many mistakes, he said. Emily became serious. What kind of mistakes? Ryan couldn't answer. Before he could speak, two police officers appeared. Ryan Carter? Ryan stood up. Yes? You are under arrest for fraud. Emily stared at him in disbelief. What? Ryan lowered his head. The officers took him away. Emily stood frozen. She couldn't understand how the man she trusted could be a fraud. At the police station, Ryan finally admitted everything. He confessed to cheating numerous people and creating fake companies. The police found evidence against him. His bank accounts were investigated. His fake websites were shut down. His rented cars were returned. The luxurious life he had created disappeared within days. Ryan was taken to court. Many of his victims appeared as witnesses. Mr. Wilson told the judge how Ryan had taken his money. Another victim explained how she had lost her savings. Mr. Anderson presented the fake documents Ryan had given him. Ryan listened silently. For the first time, he understood the damage he had caused. The judge sentenced him to several years in prison. Ryan's life had completely changed. Inside prison, he had plenty of time to think. He remembered Emily's words, "To have a peaceful life, honest work, and people I can trust." He finally understood that she had something he had never possessed: peace. After several months, Ryan received a letter. It was from Emily. He opened it slowly. She wrote, "Ryan, I don't know whether I can ever trust you again. You hurt many people, including me, but I hope you understand why your actions were wrong. Money can buy expensive clothes, cars, and houses. It cannot buy respect. It cannot buy trust. And it cannot buy peace. If you truly want to change, start by becoming honest." Ryan read the letter several times. He cried. Not because he was in prison. He cried because someone had finally told him the truth without hatred. From that day, Ryan decided to change. Inside prison, he started helping other prisoners learn basic computer skills. He also began writing. He wrote about his life, his mistakes, and the people he had hurt. Years passed. Ryan was eventually released. The world outside had changed. Nobody wanted to give him a job because of his criminal record. For several months, he struggled, but this time he didn't lie. He worked honestly at a small repair shop. His salary was small. His apartment was tiny. He no longer wore expensive suits. He no longer drove luxury cars. But every night, when he returned home, he felt something he had never felt before: peace. One evening, Emily visited the repair shop. Ryan was surprised to see her. "Emily?" She smiled. "How are you?" "I am doing better." She looked around the small shop. "You seem different." Ryan smiled. "I am." They sat outside after work. Emily asked, "Do you still want to become rich?" Ryan laughed. "No." "What do you want now?" Ryan thought for a moment. "I want to live honestly." Emily smiled. "That sounds like a real dream." Ryan looked at the sunset. For years, he had believed that being clever meant knowing how to fool people. Now he understood something completely different. Real intelligence was not about cheating others. Real success was not about showing people how much money you had. And real happiness was not about pretending to be someone you were not. Ryan had once been known as the fraud boy, but he spent the rest of his life trying to become something else: a trustworthy man. He could not erase his past. He could not return the years he had wasted. But he could choose what to do with the years ahead. And that was the first honest decision of his life.